everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a macrame wall hanging piece inside of a shadow box looking thing. You can make it too, so just keep on watching. This is what the bad boy is going to look like. I absolutely love it. I had already made this macrame piece and I just didn't have a place to put it, but I think inside this box just worked absolutely perfect. So obviously for this piece you're going to need a shadow box. I got mine at Hobby Lobby for $24, or 40% off, 50% off with some coupons. It is a 16 by 20 inch frame. You're also going to need something else to go inside it. So I have this like darker piece here, which is literally just something else because it is an extra piece of brick paneling that we had put up in our bedroom. I cut it, I was home alone, didn't do the best job, but it is what it is. You're also gonna have to bring out the bad boy because hot glue ain't your friend for this project. It ain't gonna work. Don't even think about it if you use paneling like I did, because it just, no. Get you some liquid nails. It's the only thing that I found to hold it on and like really, really good. You're also gonna need 2 nails if you're gonna wanna hang the piece like I did. I just kind of nailed them in and set the piece on top of it. For the macrame piece itself, you're gonna need you a stick. So go out in your yard, go to the park, or if you're like me, go in the room next door because my dog brings them in. You're also gonna need some cotton twine. I get mine at Walmart, some kitchen twine, whatever it is. They have some in the rope section. I think it's like $2. Go ahead and get you a couple of them. I'd say probably about 5. It's okay if you have a little bit left over because you can use them for other things, not just this piece. And you're also gonna need you some scissors, so here we go. So for the shadow box part, I didn't really get to film much of it, any of it hardly at all. I had the wrong tripod and it wasn't strong enough to support my camera to tilt it down for you. But what I did, I just pretty much removed the back of it. As you can see here, it's got the little flaps on it. And then on the cardboard piece in the back, I just took the paneling, put some liquid nails down, and just stuck the paneling on there. And while that dried is when I macrame'd the piece. And then after that, I just kind of got the piece exactly where I wanted it to hang. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and get into the macrame piece instructions. It's a little crazy. It was a totally different day when I was filming this, but start out with 17 ropes at about 10 foot each. That might seem like an excessive amount of rope for just this very small piece, but the excess at the bottom we're going to cut off and use for fringe if there's enough left over. If there's not, it's your first time doing a piece like this, it's just way better to have more than 2 less. So just go ahead and cut you a whole lot of rope. You're also gonna need 10 ropes at about 5 foot each, or however long that you want your piece to be. You just have to remember that when you fold the rope over to make a lark's head knot, it's gonna cut that 5 foot in half, so it's actually gonna be 2.5 foot long. So just however long you want your piece to be, go ahead and double that and cut you 10 ropes that length. Now in this next clip, I'm gonna tell you, once you got your 16 ropes, that was before I knew I needed a 17th. So ignore my little self right there. You're gonna need 17. Get ready, get you a lot of patience built up because this is gonna take a lot of time, but it's so worth it, it's so beautiful. So here we go. What you're gonna do, now that you have the 16 ropes cut, you're gonna take them, put one end together with the other one, just like so, travel down, and you got a loop here, and you're gonna use this to create a lark's head knot. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come over here, and you can kind of see, let me zoom in. All right, you can see that it's just looped over. Loop is right here. We're gonna take these 2, pull them through, and then pull to the top. Just like so, and that is 1. You're gonna do that for all 16 of them, over and over again, to where you can pull these 2 together, full of square knots and all, in the center, and they're gonna meet perfectly. So, if you're having to scrunch them up like this, that's not really where you want it. You kind of want them to kind of go low down here to where it's just like a natural kind of thing. You don't want to like stretch them too far or anything. So I did, on this small one that I did 29 rows, and that's including, the 3 and the 2. So it's like, the way I counted it is 1 row, 2 row, 3 row, 4 row, 5 row, 6 row. But if you count by each loop that you have on the side, there will be 14 loops, and then an extra one at the bottom. So I kind of did like 14.5 full cycles, if that makes sense. So on both sides, do that. And then we will continue. This is what takes so long, is these little bitty knots. That took me forever. This is gonna take you quite some time. Be patient with it. If you gotta take a break, take you a break. Your hands might get tired, your back might get tired, but it's gonna be worth it because it's gonna look so cute. So just continue on if you can. And we will have the finished product together. So just keep going, just keep going. So once you finish that side, I obviously haven't yet. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you how to do these middle two right here. So you will have 2 over here and 2 over here. And you are gonna do, you're gonna be doing the spiral twist thingy-mabob. And they're half knots, just repeated over and over again. So you start the process by doing a square knot. So go ahead and do the first part of a square knot. But instead of taking this left side and completing the square knot, keep going with this right side over and over again. So you're just gonna keep using that right side and you will see the rope start to spin. And that is exactly what we want to happen. You can see it started going there. Keep going until you reach a length, same thing, to where you can come together in this. Once that bad boy is looking like this, you can see they're kind of bent inwards towards each other. And we are gonna connect these 2 in the center, pretty much kind of doing the same thing, except we're gonna use 2 and 2. So for the left rope, we're gonna combine these 2. These are gonna be the middle, this is gonna be the right side, and do the same thing, just kind of work with them as one there, and pull them up, and they're gonna come together, looking like that, and keep going, just making a spiral, and it's going to go straight down. It's going to be a lot thicker, but it will be very beautiful. So just keep doing it, and you might even find that you need to go a little bit further down depending on where these 2 meet. All right, I'm going to stop right there for now, and I'm going to show you how to connect these. See, I'm going to have to go down a little bit further to close that gap. Okay, so for this part, I'm going to take the 2 from this side and then the 2 from this side, just the end, and we're going to make one single square knot to bring them together, and it's going to be pretty tight. It's not going to look the prettiest, but it will once we start doing everything. So pull them as tight as you can together, and go ahead and do that second part of the square knot there. I'm just going to do it while I'm holding the tension. All right, so it'll look something like that. And now what we're gonna do, we are gonna start doing double half hitches on all of these ropes here. So I'm gonna start in the middle, and I'm gonna start in the very middle, and you can see we've got the 4 right here that we just made that square knot with. We're gonna split it in half. So these 2 are gonna go to this side, these 2 are gonna go to this side. And I'm gonna start with this one. And to do a double half hitch, again, I got another video on it if this is like not enough explanation for you. So you're gonna take it here, here, you're gonna loop up, you're gonna take it, loop upwards, and you can see there's like a little loop here, fold it over the rope and through that loop, pull it to the top, and it'll make a Cheerio. And then do the same thing again, pull it up, hold it, over, through. And you do it twice for each rope, just like that. And then you take the one right beside it, you're gonna go up, over, through, pull it together, same thing. And once you get going, it'll be pretty quick. And like I said, if this is too hard for you to understand, I've got a whole nother video, but I'm just trying to make this one a little bit quick. And you just keep going. Okay, and once you make it to the end, I know it looks quite strange for now, but we are just gonna repeat the same process, but just make another row. So to do that, you're gonna start with this rope again. So these 2 are reserved for this side, and we're gonna start with this one, and just do the same thing right underneath it, all the way across. And once we get to the end, I'll show you how to tie that off and make it look pretty. Okay, and once you get to the end here, this end of rope from the top, you're gonna do the same thing with and bring it down. So just make it another part of the rope. And it will just tie that off looking quite nice. And you're gonna do the same exact thing on this side, except you go in the opposite direction. So your loops are gonna be going this way. You're gonna be wrapping the rope the opposite direction that you were just doing. Repeat the same process, and then we'll get on to the next part, which is gonna be a little tricky. This is gonna be the booger part. I think honestly it's gonna be easier on the smaller piece, and it's gonna be easier probably laying flat, but I'm just gonna try to attempt to show you standing up real quick. So so basically we're gonna be weaving, and I'm pretty sure there's an easier way to do this, but we're just doing it. So what you're gonna do is I'm gonna weave this side, and I'm gonna use this as my base side, and these are the ones I'm gonna be weaving in and out of it. So pretty much you're just gonna take your rope and go over and under all of these, and you're gonna alternate which ones you do that on each rope. So just kind of go in, do your thing just like this, pulling it through, over and under, and then you're just gonna kind of try to squish it up to the top as close to it as you can, and it's easier to do as you get going, and kind of hold it there. I'm gonna weave it in and out, and then I'm just gonna loop it through up top. Hopefully that'll kind of keep it steady while I do the other one. So you're gonna go, just kind of alternate it, you know. You can see what I'm doing here. It's just tricky, and a lot easier sitting down, I think, or laying down on flat. That way you can kind of pin your pieces as you go. Like that, and underneath, kind of pull them together, get them nice and tight in there. And same thing, I'm just gonna loop him up top as well. And once you've done that, you're gonna start doing double half hitches on this side here, and that's gonna keep them in place. So I'm gonna start, yep. Okay, I don't know if you saw what I just did. I don't even know what I just did. We just wung it. So what I did is I just took the very first one on the end, made it a traveling rope, and started wrapping the ends on the side here. I don't know if you got that. I don't even know if I got that right. I'm just working with it, trying to figure it out. And then obviously, see, as I start adding these in, it's gonna make the ropes go, it's gonna push them up more, so you're gonna have to adjust it as you go. Just getting it in there pretty good. If you don't wanna do this part, just make something pretty down there. This is kind of intricate, and I really don't even know what I'm doing, I'll be honest. Just making it up. Go under here, and we're gonna wrap it. My phone is ringing. Okay, so mine is looking quite raunchy, but I mean, it is what it is. Oh well. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a second row of these double half hitches by doing this right here. This looks absolutely horrible, but it would go a lot better if I had it laying on the ground, so it is what it is. All right, so just keep going with these double half hitches all the way across, and that will just kind of finish it off, make it look a little bit better. And then, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, so once we have made it this far, this is pitiful right now, but it is what it is. So double half hitch right here in the center. And when you do that, it's gonna look like that. So once you double half hitch in the center here, you're gonna take this rope, this side, and you're gonna loop it over, right over here. And about right about there, you're gonna tie just like a little double half hitch knot sort of thing, just where it will stay put right about there. And same on this side, just loop up and tie yourself a little knot over here, about the same length. It's gonna make like a little W. All right, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull those ropes back behind it, just like that. I'm gonna tie one more on there just to make sure that it's nice. Just make one more knot to make sure that it stays, just like that. So just double knot that sucker. All right, okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold over, do that lark's head knot again, and you are just gonna do a couple of those lark's heads right here onto this little loop, and you're not gonna macrame or anything on them, you're just gonna leave them hanging. And I ran out of rope, so I'm gonna only be able to use 3 up here, but that's okay. You use 5 or however many you wanna use. Just give it some, you know, length, depth, whatever you wanna call it. Just adds a little something to the center here. And so, once I do that, you're gonna take them and push them behind the piece, so it's just gonna hang from behind here. And I think it looks a lot better on the small piece. Up here it just looks kind of unfinished, but oh well. So you can see what I'm doing. And now we are ready to do the fringe. Now, since I'm almost out of rope, I'm only going to be able to show you how to do a couple of these. I won't be able to finish the piece, but that's okay. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to determine how long you want your piece to be. So down here, you can see we've got a lot of extra rope here, but we also have a lot that's shorter. So I'm thinking probably right about here is as long as I want it to be. And so you kind of estimate that. And you say, okay, let's see. So right about here, and then you're going to double that length. So this is how long. So once you double it, you're going to cut it right there. And that is how long I want my fringe to be. And you're going to cut your piece to how long you want your fringe. So just going to get a little haircut, just about like that. And these we can go ahead, we can touch up later, so don't fret. Okay, so we're gonna come back up here to the top, and you can see these little loops right here. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your little fringe and your little lark's head, feed it through these loops over here. So feed it through, and then you're gonna pull through, and voila, and you're gonna do that on all the pieces. Okay, so pretty much once you attach all your fringe on each of these little loops, all the way down here, you can go in here and kind of weasel them in. You see you can pull them apart here just to add a little bit of length to where these are shorter, but yours might not be shorter. And then you are done. So I'm not going to finish this one just because I have ran out of rope and I don't want to have to go to the store and get some more. I pretty much showed you how to do the whole piece. And so once you finished it, trim it up how you want it. And now we're about to hang it, put it up, and show you what it's going to look like. Oh my gosh, how perfect is this? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. I'm obsessed with it. It looks so good hanging in there. I need to adjust this a little bit and get it nice and good, but y'all, look how cute. Okay guys, so that is the end of the video. If you liked it, give me a big old thumbs up and subscribe. Be sure to hit the little bell so you can get notified when I upload on the YouTube. And if you happen to recreate this beauty, go ahead and tag me on Instagram. It's at Chelsea K. Sadler. It's pretty much the only social media platform I check, and that's rarely. So if you want me to see your work, or if you just want me to say something about it, go ahead and follow me down there. You can see updates about my life between now and when I upload again on YouTube as well. So yep, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and God bless.